Right now, the situation is getting more serious and more interesting at the same time. And what is making people stop and pay attention is the strong narrative that Constantino Chiwenga has made a bold political move that many are describing as the first major signal in a growing internal struggle. And that Emmerson Mnangagwa may not have an easy response to it. And people everywhere are asking one important question. Is this the beginning of a defining moment for Zimbabwe? Now, let's go straight into the real gist, because this is where it becomes very important to understand clearly and not just follow what is trending. As it stands right now, there is no confirmed dramatic confrontation between these two leaders in the way the headline may suggest. Oh, but what is very real is that there is growing political tension inside the ruling system. And that tension is what is giving strength to this story. You see, Zimbabwe is currently in a moment where leadership discussions are becoming stronger. And once leadership becomes a serious topic, everything begins to change. People begin to observe more closely. People begin to analyze every action. People begin to ask deeper questions about the future. And that is exactly what is happening now. Now, let me break it down in a very simple way so everybody understands clearly. There is no confirmed first blood in a dramatic sense, but there is a real political move. And that move is about positioning. It is about influence. It is about sending a message. And that is why people are paying attention. Because in politics, not every move is loud. Some of the most important moves are quiet, but very powerful. Now let's go deeper into why this moment feels so important. Zimbabwe is not in a calm political period. There are strong discussions about leadership direction. There are debates about the future. And there is growing public attention on what happens next. When all these things come together, the atmosphere becomes very charged. And in a charged atmosphere, even small signals begin to look very big. Now think about this carefully. When a leader takes a clear position that does not fully align with another powerful position inside the same system, it sends a signal. It tells people that unity is under pressure. It tells people that decisions are being questioned. And it tells people that the future is not fully settled. That is why this moment feels important. Now let's talk about perception again, because this is very important. There is confirmed reality and there is perceived reality. Right now, perceived reality is very strong. People are interpreting actions. People are reading meaning into silence. And people are connecting different developments. And that is how a headline like this becomes powerful. Now think about how people are reacting. Some people believe this is the beginning of a major political shift. Some people believe it is just normal internal discussion, and some people believe something bigger may happen soon. And when you have all these reactions at the same time, it shows that the situation is still developing. And when a situation is still developing, people stay engaged, they keep watching, they keep listening. There's fear and they keep asking questions. That is why this story is trending. Now let's go deeper into the bigger picture, because that is where the real value is. This story is not really about one move. It is about power. It is about influence. And it is about the future of leadership. Because once a country reaches a point where leadership direction is being discussed strongly, every action becomes important. Every meeting matters. Every alliance matters. And every statement matters. And that is exactly what we are seeing now. Now think about what could happen next. If internal differences become more visible, the situation could become more serious. If leadership decisions continue to face resistance, tension could increase. And if there is any clear direction announced, it will shape the next phase of the story. So this is not the end. This is just the beginning of something that is still unfolding. There is no confirmed dramatic confrontation, but there is a real political move that has exposed internal pressure. There is real tension inside the leadership. And there is a real question about the future direction of Zimbabwe. And that is what is making this headline feel powerful. That is the honest truth. And that is what makes your content strong and credible, because your viewers are not just looking for excitement. They are also looking for clarity. Zimbabwe is in a serious political moment. Leadership is under strong focus. Internal divisions are becoming more visible. And this moment could play a very important role in shaping what happens next. What makes this moment even more important is that when signals like this begin to appear, they often influence how different groups position themselves moving forward. Because people inside the system start to think carefully about where they stand, who they support, and what direction they believe is best. And that quiet shift in thinking can sometimes be more powerful than any public announcement. At the same time, the public is also becoming more aware and more attentive, watching closely for any clear signs of what may come next. And as attention continues to grow, every move, every word, and every decision will carry even more weight, which means the coming period could play a very important role in shaping not just the leadership discussions, but the overall direction of Zimbabwe in the near future. Kindly like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the next update, because this story is still unfolding and every moment matters.